I am currently soloing TDX, except I have $1.27 million. Money is a fundamental aspect of tower defense games. If you want to have good defense, you better have a lot of money. $1.27 million, though, is not the amount of money that this game was made for. I mean, you could literally let the boss walk all the way down the path, spam defense at the end, and you'd still win. So if you want to know how to make $1.27 million, leave a like, hop into full screen, and join me on this short journey where I show you how to become the richest of the rich. Here I am. I have a very good loadout and I'm going to be playing on expert mode because you do need a very good loadout for expert mode. And the reason I'm playing this is not exactly what you think. Expert mode is the longest game mode in the game. It goes all the way up to 40 waves. Because of this, you have the most time for your farms to make money. This can still work pretty well on intermediate, which only has 35 waves, but you're just gonna get much better results on expert mode. I load into an easy map where I defend to start with laser gunner, which is kind of the next requirement for this strategy. You need an early game tower that you really don't need to pay a lot for, but it'll be able to defend for a while. On expert mode here, it's laser gunner, but if you're playing on some other modes, it would be like patrol boat. After you get this early defense down, it is time to farm. Farming is of course how we're gonna get our $1 million. So I began farming here by getting down a farm and then upgrading its bottom path one time. The best way to farm is to look at your money, see what you can afford, and upgrade it. But I see I have $800, and if I were to upgrade a farm which costs $775, that'll basically use up all of my money. So the goal, at least early on, is to invest as close to 100% of your money into farming as possible. Remember to not lose in the process though, which is why I had to upgrade my laser gunner, and I had to upgrade it once again in order to defeat wave 5. I got down another farm and I was so close to $150. The reason you want to have $150 is so you could upgrade both paths on the top of the farm. It's worth doing that because War Bonds gives extra money, and otherwise it's not really worth upgrading the top path just once because faster crate drops isn't really making you more money. That being said though, as soon as I had the money, I upgraded one of the farms to level 2 and then got down a new farm. I had at least $150, so I upgraded 2 times to the top path. Now it was a matter of juggling between upgrades and farming. I'd upgrade my farms a little bit, I'd upgrade my laser gunner a little bit. Oh, and on wave 8 I did need to place down a new laser gunner. I leaked a little bit of HP, but that was gonna be alright. The next wave though wasn't exactly so nice because it sent out that piece of crap that has like 400 HP and it leaked. Well, it was still fine, I kept farming. Oh, and I should elaborate on what I was saying earlier. Try and spend as close to 100% of your money on farms, yes, but it is actually more efficient to upgrade your farms. If you have $1,300, for example, yes, you can place down 2 more farms, or you can upgrade one level 1 farm to level 2. In that case, upgrading the farm is better. All levels of the farm on the bottom path are worth upgrading up to level 3. Once you get to the level 4 upgrade, you shouldn't buy that. You should just get all level 3s first and then go for maxing. But funnily enough, I'm not even going to be maxing the bottom path farms. Let me just get this artillery down real quick to help kill this knight. But yeah, here's the crazy thing about this strategy. Bottom path farms do make you more money, but using top path, yes, the health farms, using them correctly can actually make you even more money. Oh, and I also got down a laser gunner in the back that would help kill off the knight, and it would help out with other future leaks. In the meantime, if you're ever playing expert, I'd say waves 12 to 15 are about freebies. I was able to mostly farm during that time, and I had all 10 of my farms placed down by wave 15. All these farms are upgraded 2 times to the top path and bottom path. Even though I said it's more efficient to upgrade to level 3 on the bottom path, again, I'm not doing that because I'm gonna go for top path farms. I upgraded some health farms, and even though their HP would barely be useful right now, the money is gonna start flowing in pretty soon. I upgraded my artillery to help take down this grenadier wave, and I had just enough money for tower economics. Now the special ability of tower economics is that it gains 2% of value of nearby towers per crate. This is pretty self-explanatory. You see that farm next to it? If I spent $10,000 on it, that means every round, this farm would be making 2% of that every wave. 2% of 10,000 is $200, so this farm would be making $200 extra per round. Now considering it's surrounded by 8 farms, you can imagine that that number is going to go up quite a bit, especially when I max them out, because they're going to be all costing more than $10,000. Even at this point, it was already making $1,200. Yeah, the farm is kind of visually glitched. Above it, it says it only makes 800, but if you look at the amount of cash it's made, it's definitely made more. And at this point, it was wave 18. This is when stuff starts getting difficult again, so now I had no choice but to spam down some laser gunners to help out get some more DPS. A crap ton of stuff ended up leaking anyways, so I had to place down another laser gunner at the back to defend it, but then my concerns were instantly shifted back over to the front when there was an elite grenadier. I'd gotten a second artillery down and started microing the both of them in order to target the elite grenadier, and yeah, that's just one of the best ways to counter it. Wave 20 is an absolute freebie, so that gave me some time to farm, but on wave 21 I had to get a DJ to start preparing for 22, because 22 is going to be brutal. Speaking of which, here's wave 22. When you have a discount DJ, top path level 4 laser gunners are absolutely OP to go for. You don't want to max them because again it's more efficient since the DJ provides discounts for non-max level upgrades. But even then, I still leak quite a bit of stuff. Did it matter to me? Absolutely not. I wanted to make as much money as possible, so I kept farming. Of course, 2 laser gunners aren't going to take down 2 monsters, so I did get a juggernaut at the back, and yeah, that was just going to deal with everything. And back at the front, stuff was getting problematic again, so I got some SMG pluses. And then guess what? Even more farming. In fact, I didn't really need to do all that much for these next few rounds, so I just farmed and farmed and farmed. On wave 28, stuff got a little bit problematic once again, but a few more laser gunners would solve that problem. On wave 29, I want you to take a look at how much money my farms are about to make me. These farms don't even make $2,000 each, but because of this tower economics buff, they made me like over 30k. This of course gave me the money to get bigger barrel on both of my artilleries, and basically have all my max farms on wave 30. Wave 30 was the predator wave, which had 3 stealth predators, so in order to help take them down, I just spammed a bunch of Johns. The predators would shoot the Johns, and my laser gunners and artilleries would do all the heavy damage. I also had so much money at this point, I just upgraded some of the laser gunners to top path. Oh, and then I also got a Skyhawk because that thing costs $85,000. Keep in mind the tower economics next to them, there's 2 of them right next to it. They would now be making over $2,000 extra per wave just because that Skyhawk exists there. But yeah, other than that, I ended up completely beaming the predators, and since I had so much money now, I started working on my defense by getting down a juggernaut and some more laser gunners. Wave 31 was kinda tough, but with an ability I got through it no problem. And I just want you to take a look at how much money I'm making from my farms. Yeah, this is absolutely absurd. I got down another farm at the front to put full power juggernauts around it, because full power juggernauts are also extremely expensive. And yeah, at this point on wave 34, I had like 4 full powers, 2 Skyhawks, and just an absolute killer defensive laser gunners. Now stuff started looking kinda scary because of the multipliers on wave 34, but thankfully this $500,000 defense was enough to put up with that. I had moved another farm to get down even more full powers around it, and then I put down a 4th Skyhawk. At this point, I might as well just speed up the game for you, because at this point, it was all about getting money. Well, kinda. I mean, I went to the back and placed down some top path juggernauts as a backup defense. But yeah, here comes Eradicator Mark II. This is the hardest boss in the game. Now, I already had like $1 million defense up at the front, and so I decided to do the most logical thing before Eradicator Mark II kills it all: sell it. That brought me up to $1 million, but you know, I wasn't quite satisfied. You know, who wants $1 million? I want more, so I went back to my juggernauts and sold all of those as well. This is it. $1.27 million. Had I not wasted money on a bunch of towers, this number could have definitely been over 1.5 million. But that didn't matter, because when you have this much money, you can afford to play around with Eradicator Mark II a little bit. And even as he got closer and closer, well, my money was enough to just keep spamming down juggernauts. He got right up to the end, and then he just died. Oh, and if anything went wrong, I had 14,000 HP left over anyway, so it would have been fine. But yeah, there you have it. Who would have thought Top Path Farm can make you a millionaire in TDX? Now, if you don't like this video and subscribe and use star code E, then it's going to be